Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is an answering question episode. So even though I got one question, but hey, that's alright. I mean, hey, can't always have more than one. But anyway, this will be an answering questions episode. It is Tuesday for Prehistoric Facts week, and it is an answering questions episode. Tomorrow will be, it will be a special episode, and you guys can actually send in what kind of dinosaur or prehistoric animal you want me to talk about for the special episode. I will do it earlier so that that way I can actually get to a few things that I have to go to on Wednesday, so that way everything can actually be all set up. So hopefully everything goes out all right and can go through this much quickly. But anyway, let's get to the question. It is from Rachel from Tomahawk, Wisconsin. It says, "Hello, Chris. I know some dinosaurs flew, but did any dinosaurs have feathers?" Well, this is a really good question. Pretty much the evidence says, yes, there are dinosaurs that actually have feathers. They're mainly the theropod dinosaurs, the meat-eating dinosaurs that actually walk on two legs. And these dinosaurs have a lot of features that connect them to birds. And in fact, birds are actually dinosaurs, but they're just called avian dinosaurs, which means they actually fly. And the ability for power of flight was the reason the dinosaurs actually took off into the air. And you can kind of see some of the fossil evidence for it. The evidence to support this will actually be an animal like Microraptor. Microraptor is a dinosaur that is closely related to the dromaeosaurs, or the raptors, and it actually has feathers on all over its body, and it has feathers on like the arms and the legs and the tail and some parts of the head. But when you look closely at the imprints of the feathers on the fossil, you actually see the imprints of the feathers, and they are actually longer and actually are designed for stealth, which that means it actually has the ability to fly, but not powered flight. It actually glides than actually flapping its wings, and it has four wings, which means it actually uses its arms and its legs for flight. But other theropod dinosaurs actually do have feathers, like some tyrannosaurs actually have feathers, and it wouldn't be surprising that in later discoveries we might actually find Tyrannosaurus rex covered in feathers. Not totally covered, but probably covered, like in the head, some parts of the back, the tail, and the arms. And I think they'll probably be a good way to actually think about how dinosaurs actually use these feathers. But majority of the time, these feathers are actually used for insulation, which is to keep them warm, and also to actually and for display, for like territory purposes, showing like I'm the eldest and strongest male or female in my territory, so get out of my territory. And males, since they're closely related to birds, the males would actually be brightly colored, because they actually have to advertise to the females. And when these males actually find a female, they have to display their feathers to show, look how good looking I am, and it seems like you're the one for me. And I mean, that's kind of how they actually use their feathers, and I mean, that's kind of how it is. Dromaeosaurs, the raptors, are always covered in feathers, and since they have so many features that are closely related to birds, because they have the hollow bones, they actually have the wishbone. All theropods actually have the wishbone. And all theropods actually have hollow bones too. And also they actually kind of behaved like birds in a way, because they actually are kind of leaning towards the bird lineage than the reptilian lineage. And that's how dinosaurs actually came about. But there are some herbivorous dinosaurs that actually did have feathers. like Psittacosaurus. Psittacosaurus actually has like these quills on its tail that look kind of like like the quills of an ostrich right around the neck, and but they were really designed for like insulation that much. It was just probably for display, and that was probably the reason why it actually kind of looked kind of weird with some of those fossils. And some of the ceratopsians, the horned dinosaurs, had like quills on like the back area to kind of show off for the females, but basically their frills are mainly their billboard. But when we actually look at some other herbivorous dinosaurs, probably like some of the smaller herbivorous dinosaurs, like Leonosaura, and probably Uthnelia and probably Hypsilophodon, those kinds of dinosaurs probably would have had feathers. Iguanodons, they probably had some, but there's not a lot of evidence to support it. And even the duck-billed dinosaurs, I mean, there might be, they probably had some, but there's not a lot of evidence to support it. But as for the sauropods, I don't think they would have even had feathers, because since when you're that big, you don't need to have extra insulation for your body. So I think they actually kind of relied on the reptilian lineages. Basically, don't have anything else on the body. Just kind of show how big you are, and that's the main defense for the sauropods is their size. And I would think, because, well, the stegosaurs probably didn't have to have the feathers, just because they were relying more on the reptilian lineage, because they actually have the bony plates on its back and the spikes on the tail, and so they actually kind of relied on the reptilian lineage. But their plates would actually have been designed for display purposes, kind of like the feathers of a peacock. You know, they would actually show how brightly colored the plates are for like males displaying to the females. But even though I think some of the earlier dinosaurs probably didn't even have feathers, like Eoraptor, because since they're actually going back to the reptilian lineage. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that some of the Triassic dinosaurs did have feathers, like Coelophysis. You know, because since they're that small, and they're small dinosaurs, and they would actually have to have a certain amount of insulation and also ritual display to show off. But I mean, it's still a lot of speculation on which dinosaurs actually did have feathers or not. But it's always out there. Whichever dinosaurs are actually going to have feathers and which ones aren't. You know, because I mean, that's just always speculation. But it always comes down to what's in the rocks for the fossil record. And the fossil record does show that some dinosaurs did have feathers and some others didn't. Because it's either about the size, or otherwise it's all about where their ancestry came from. And like the dromaeosaurs and the raptors, the dromaeosaurs and the tyrannosaurs, they always had an ancestor that actually had feathers. So we would actually, if I would have loved to go back in time like 66 million years ago and see a feathered adult T-Rex. That would have been an amazing thing to see. And hopefully that answers your question. But alright, that's it for now. And tomorrow will be the special episode. So post whatever kind of dinosaur or prehistoric animal you want me to talk about. It could be, like I said, it could be a dinosaur, it could be a prehistoric mammal, it could be a sea monster, it could be a reptile, it could be a bird, or otherwise it could be some animal from the Permian, like some of the mammal-like reptiles. Those would have been those will be interesting to talk about. But I'm mainly only in the vertebrates. That's what I usually like to talk about. The vertebrates are my specialty, and hey, I study a lot of the vertebrates. But anyway, and then Thursday would actually be an answering questions episode. So I would like for you guys to actually submit your questions early, probably say like say around tomorrow, so that way I can actually get the questions in, and also I can do the show. That way I can do the episode a little earlier. That way I can actually get it done, and I don't have to be so caught up on a lot of things that I got to do here in school. So, but anyway, make sure you send in your emails, send in your questions to my email address, dinocris71@gmail.com, or otherwise you can post them on the Facebook fan page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL, That's how it actually goes. And and always keep in touch with me for anything that you want to do. If there's a picture of a dinosaur that you can't actually figure out what it is, I'll actually answer for you. You know, I won't show it on the videos, but I'll actually answer for you by message on Facebook or by email. But just keep in mind, Prehistoric Facts Week is still going to continue. It's going to continue on until Saturday. So make sure to get the questions in, and also get those animals submitted to me as quickly as you can, so that I can actually get the episodes done. But anyway, that's it for now, and make sure to take care of the people around you, and also for your younger kids out there, make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. Those are the best motivation you can have for a good education. It's very important to have a good education so you can have a good job in the future. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.